Give credit to Virginia Tech. I thought they came in and I thought they played the game the right way. I thought that they played extremely hard. They were very well organized. And they threw a punch right, a thunder punch right at us right from the get go. And I finished telling our team, like, when things don't go our way, we can't just quit with what we're doing, and we certainly did that tonight. And I just thought that you know our effort was not where it needs to be, and there's a lot of things in this game that you could control, and so that was disappointing. I thought that the group that went in with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third period, I thought their want to, their energy, and their effort was great. And that's something that we need to have throughout the course of a game. But we can't pick and choose when to play. I thought that Virginia Tech was very physical at every single position, and we weren't, and so that was frustrating. As we go through our basketball journey, I think there's a lot of things to take away, and there's a lot of learning along the way. And it's unfortunate that you have to lose, and but all these these losses will help us down the road. And and I think that we lose sight of that, because it all comes down to wins and losses. But how that team operated today and who they were, that's who we need to be, and we got to figure out how to get there. And we will continue. We have 2 days off, and looking forward to getting back on the court with our players, and continuing to make them better, and instill confidence in them. So the next time we take the court, we're not going to have these mental lapses, on both sides of the ball. We're going to be connected, and we're going to play harder than we did tonight.
What do you think frustrated you the most about your team's effort today? Was there anything specifically that you were just really frustrated with during the game?
Well, yeah. I mean, again, we allow our lack of offense production to, to affect us on the defensive end, and we weren't executing, and we just weren't connected. We have some players in the wrong spot, the wrong times, therefore you can't execute the way you're supposed to when that occurs, and so that part was a little bit frustrating, and but the thing is, like, we're gonna make mistakes. They made mistakes, we made mistakes, but what you can't do is beat yourself up on those mistakes. And I thought we did that. We got to have a what's next mentality, and we didn't have that, and we're on to the next play, and we're still talking about what happened the previous play, and you can't play that way. We just can't. And and again, I preach it all the time, and I'm going to continue to preach and teach, and give them the confidence that they need to go out there to be successful. And but most importantly, I was just disappointed with our overall effort, and that was communicated to the team, and we need to be better, and we can't allow what happens to us to truly affect us, and it did in the first period. I mean, it was 21-10, and it was a downward spiral from that point forward. And we showed a lot of fight prior to when we were down, obviously against SMU, and for whatever reason I just felt like tonight's game was really, really hard for them. And so I thought we prepared well. I thought the scout was on point. I thought that our players knew exactly what to do. Now, were we disciplined in what we had to do defensively? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's what happens when you get down. Players start to do things that we shouldn't be doing. And it wasn't because of lack of effort. It was just because they're trying a little bit too hard. But like, once you go away from what we do defensively, then what happens is it breaks us down, because everyone else doesn't expect you to be doing. Like, if we just go randomly, just go and double, which we did several times tonight, and all of a sudden, the player that you were defending back cuts, and then all of a sudden they get a layup. Nobody's expecting that. So we just got to be disciplined, and we'll get back at it. And you have 2 days off, like I said, and we need to hit the reset button. But I'll promise you this: I'm gonna come into practice, and I expect my staff to come into practice with a whole lot of energy and want to. And we're gonna continue to work with our players, and we're gonna continue to make them better, and we're gonna continue to make them believe in what we're doing.
How do you, as a player, how do you try and control that, like the mentality that you want? Like you want them to be, thinking about the next play, not dwelling on the past. Like how do you, as a player, just work through that? Because it seems like you said this team at times has just struggled just trying to get over that last play. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a maturation process, and then being invested in understanding, and when we're communicating that, buying in, and digesting that, and being like, I got you. It does not do you any good to worry about the previous play. And once we have a timeout, come over, like we could discuss it. That's the time. But now, not in the next play, because now the next play you got to be talking and communicating defensively, and everybody has an assignment, and you got to be connected. And that's where we got to figure that part out, because we're still worrying about the previous play.
And what's your focus as you try to pivot from this game and turn to like a West Coast trip next week?
I'm just trying to get better every day, and I'm trying to get this team to understand that they need to win the day, and what that means. Like winning the day means being disciplined, all right? That means bringing effort and energy, and knowing that you're invested in everything that you do throughout the course of a practice, and understanding that every drill matters, and the intensity of that drill matters, right? That's winning the day. And the more days that we could string along, okay, will then become habitual, right? And then put you in a position as a team to be successful. You're not, just because you have a game doesn't mean like all of a sudden you're going to win. You play the way you practice. And that's still something that we're teaching. We have a lot of players from different programs who have done different things. But when we come together, we got to be connected, and we should be buzzing. Just as the Virginia Tech was tonight, they were wholeheartedly the better team. They executed on both sides of the ball. Everything that they did, they were together. And for us, it was really disappointing. Our effort was really disappointing.